everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm Maple Candy, and today we're going to take a first look at Battlefield 5. Now this video is going to be a brief introduction. You're going to see the cinematic open in a couple of seconds, and we're also going to go through 5 reasons why you may feel like you want to switch back to Battlefield 1 after jumping into Battlefield 5 for the first time. I'd like to preface all of this with Battlefield 5 is really awesome. I'm excited to continue through, but nostalgia sometimes gets the better of us and you want to switch back to the good old days. And so that's what this video is about. We're going to take a look at the differences and similarities between Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. Enjoy.
This morning, the British ambassador in Berlin handed the German government a final note. I have to tell you now, this country is at war with Germany.
Wow guys, that was almost emotional. That was a really great cinematic opening. Alright, so I probably will get into some of the conquests later on. Let's take a look. Your company. Alright, so this is where you can customize all your different classes. I am usually support or assault. I'm big on tanks. I'd like to get better at planes. I really can't fly planes. I might have to switch it to not be inverted in order to play. But we'll see how that turns out. But definitely love the tanks, so that'll be enjoyable. Alright, so here we go. 5 reasons you'll want to go back to Battlefield 1 after starting Battlefield 5. Now the first is tanks and behemoths. Now, if you started playing, you will have noticed that there are no behemoths to take down in Battlefield 5, which I'm kind of disappointed in because I truly loved fighting off the behemoths. It kind of sucks when it was on your side, but when it was the enemy's team, you got to shoot at it, and it was really something else to be the last person to tag that behemoth before it dropped out of the sky or before that train blew up. Now another thing I noticed with Battlefield 5 is the tanks. So the tanks seem kind of underpowered. I'm not sure if I just need to learn how to use them a little bit differently. But you can see here I tried to run over someone, I tried to blow them up by shooting right beside them or right on them. It took me a couple of tags to get this guy. You can see with the next one as well, it took me a couple of hits to try and get this one as well. So usually you would shoot a tank, and even if you got beside someone, you would send them flying out of your field of vision. So unfortunately in this one, it seems that it takes a little bit more. I'm not sure if they'll be changing that or not, but you might have to work a little harder to get those kills with the tank. Now next, you'll see here the tanks in Battlefield 5 are comically light. You seem to fly through the air. You can get some serious air time even with a little bit of a ramp like this. It's hilarious. So I'm not sure if they're gonna fix that. I feel like a tank should not be this light and easy to flip over for how heavy they should be. And you can see here in Battlefield 1, if you're driving around Monte Grappa, you've got your tank, you can roll over these rocks and not flip your tank. It's the way it should be, really, how heavy they are. So I'm not sure if they're going to switch that up in Battlefield 5, if they're going to fix that, make them a little heavier, but they seem just as light as those side-by-side bikes, so I'm really not sure what's going to happen there, but maybe we'll have to upgrade to a different tank. Now next, respawning. So I did notice a couple of things. So first of all, respawning in Battlefield 5 takes a while. You can have a choice of either holding on and hoping that someone will come and heal you, but you can see here, this is me just trying to get out back to the main menu. It takes a while. I'm still talking, and we're done. Okay, so it takes quite a while, but this is Battlefield 1, as you can see. Okay, so I go down. 3, 2, 1, done. So it's a lot slower in Battlefield 5, I noticed. Another thing is when you go down now, you kind of zoom out, you see your body, which kind of gets in the way. You do not zoom in on the person who kills you. It's even kind of hard to see where your teammates are with just a little bit of a blue dot. So that's kind of unfortunate because I really liked, you'll see in Battlefield 1 here, when somebody tags you and downs you, it zooms in on them, really good outline, you can see who it is, you can see their stats, and I really preferred that. So I don't know if they're going to bring that back or not, but that's the way it is for now. So selecting objectives. One thing I noticed with selecting objectives is kind of a pain when you're trying to go all the way over to the left or the right, because it kind of jumps up into selecting request ammo or request medic, which is unfortunate because you're trying to do things fast, and when you're just trying to move on, trying to do things fast, you don't want to be wasting your time in a menu like that, because that's when you go down accidentally. You can see here in Battlefield 1, it's a lot easier. It seems like it's in its own part of the menu. So that is unfortunate. You can also see here when you're running across the map, it's really easy to see where objectives are. They're colored, they're dark, they're outlined, and things like that. But let's play a game. This is Battlefield 5. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to try and find all of the objectives in this map. They're all in this screen. Try and pick them out in 10 seconds. Did you find them? It's quite difficult. Here is one. Here is another. This one and this one. You can see it's quite difficult. They're really grayed out. I'm not sure why. It makes it really difficult when you're running across the map. It's obviously a lot harder to see when you're moving like this. To be able to tell where the objective is that you're moving to next unless you have it selected. So I'm hoping that they'll work on that, make it a little bit easier for you to see when you're running across the map. But for now, you guys, it's just going to be a little bit difficult to pick out those objectives as you're running around. Next is marking enemies. So you could no longer mark enemies like this in Battlefield 1. This is me sniping again at Monte Grappa. You can really pick people out easily, and it helps out your teammates when you can mark people like this. But then when you switch over to Battlefield 5, you can no longer mark people, you can mark areas. It kind of like indicates there's a problem over here, but it's not quite the same as what we had in Battlefield 1. So that's unfortunate. I don't know if they'll be bringing that back or not. Finally, who likes change? Obviously, you're going to want to go back to what you were good at originally. Blowing up stuff with tanks is my favorite thing. So I'm really excited to play that a little bit more in Battlefield 5. Hopefully they fix the whole light tank thing. But there are some new exciting things in Battlefield 5. We've got some really cool explosions. That is something that is really interesting, I find. There's some new features. You can build blockades to help box in your teammates and prevent enemies from coming in. There is some stuff that they've carried over, so some realism here with the screaming. I've always felt a little uncomfortable at how real the screaming is, but they did carry that over from Battlefield 1, so that was something that's good. So you'll just have to work on it, guys. You might have to make some mistakes like this one here. I tried to run over someone but fell off of a bridge instead. I survived, as you can see. Everything was fine, but you'll just have to work on it, build up your skills, get some new guns, ramp up the kind of power of your guns and things like that. I think in general, even with Battlefield 1, we had to work for it and build our way up, and we'll just have to do the same thing with Battlefield 5. So I really thank you guys for coming and watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what reasons make you want to jump back into Battlefield 1 or reasons why you really want to stick with Battlefield 5. Either way, appreciate you guys watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.